In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build an e-commerce website using WordPress, WooCommerce, and Elementor. Whether you are an e-commerce business owner, or you plan to start an e-commerce business, or you just want to service clients online, then this tutorial is going to be totally for you. We are going to be using all free tools, and everything we are going to be doing in this tutorial is very beginner friendly. So if you're ready to embark on the next journey, join me on the next side as we embark on this journey. To build a website, you need web hosting. Now, web hosting is basically where your website files are going to be sitting. And I have a discount code that is going to give you up to 84% for A2 hosting. The link is in the description of this video. If you use that link, you're going to get up to 84% discount on A2 hosting. Now, why should you get A2 hosting? Let's look at the plans. This is my focus here. It has a very, very good deal right now. $1.95 per month. That is an 84% discount. Let me click on this. And that's for shared hosting. So with the basic plan, which is Ignite, you save up to 84% discount. And you can host one website. You can host your website here. And you have up to 10 gigabytes SSD storage, security, site migration for free, core, automatic backups, performance tools, light speed. Now, A2 hosting for several years has always beaten Hostinger in terms of speed. I always recommend both. Just so you think I'm being biased, I've been recommending Hostinger, but I had to recommend this especially because of this deal, and it's maybe going very, very soon. Now, if you click on this, you are going to pay $1.95 per month. If you choose this, you are going to be paying $3.95 per month. That's for the ASL. That's 75% discount. This was previously $12.99 as you see here, and this was previously $15.99. I'll just click on Ignite, and it's going to take me here. Now you see when you use that link, you get this discount, this promo code is automatically applied, which gives you 84% rather discount, and you can put your information here. Put all your information here. So you are going to be paying just $70. That's $70, which is basically nothing when you compare other web hosting providers like Kickstarter charge a leg and a neck. So you just choose your credit card, and then you are going to pay the $70. So for the next 3 years, you are not bothering about web hosting. This 1.95 is even cheaper than Hostinger's cheapest plan. It's cheaper and it gives you more speed. So when you purchase, it's going to take you to the next screen, and you will need to log back into your website. So when you come to the A2 hosting dashboard, you have to log in. So I'm going to log in now. I'm now logged in, and I have some information here. What I want to do is that I want to click on cPanel login. And it's going to bring me this page. Now, when I look at this, if I come back to cPanel login, you'll see I have a lot going on here. I can open support tickets. I blurt out my support pin. You can order new services too. But here is where the most of what you are needing is going to be found. If you purchase any domains from A2 hosting, you find them here. If you open any support tickets, you find them here. And you can find your invoices here. So I'm just going to come to the cPanel which I opened, my website, that is to my cPanel, and I want to search for domains. And I'll click on this first result. And then since we already have, this was already purchased when they were creating this account. If you wanted to add a new domain name, maybe you bought it from Namecheap like the one which we just saw, you just click on create a new domain, and then you can add the domain name here, and then you can click on submit. On this account, I have access to just one domain name. So I've added this domain name here. The next thing I want to do is that I want to come to tools. Come back to tools, and I want to look for Softaculous WordPress installer or apps installer. This is it here under software. And I want to choose WordPress. I don't want to use this WordPress E2 optimize and all these things. I don't want all of these. I want just WordPress. I want to have full control over whatever I'm doing. So This brings up my domain, since this is only the only domain name on this website or on this hosting account. I could also choose, if there were many, if you have a hosting plan with many more domains, you could just select here and choose the domain name you want, and then you are going to set your username and your password. I'm going to set the username and the password right now. I'm going to change this, change the username and change the password, and then I'm going to install WordPress. I've set my username and my password already, so it's going to give me these options. Do I want to integrate backups, improve page speed, insights, email SMTP, improve rankings and all that, language and all that? No, I don't want any of those. Email installation details. I can choose to email these installation details to the owner of the website. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to add the email here and click the email of the owner of this website. I'm going to add it here, and then I'm going to click on install, and then I'll meet you on the dashboard. WordPress is now installing. So it's installing right now, and I'm told that it's been installed. So WordPress has been installed on my website. I can now go to the dashboard, the back end of my website. It's redirecting me. Right off the bat, I'm brought to this page. This is the default Elementor dashboard page. Now, I've toggled off all of this. Normally, what you should see should be something like this. You see all of this. So you can dismiss this, but what you can just do is to click on screen options. It's going to be this way. Click down here and toggle this off. Toggle all of this off. Then we'll do a quick walkthrough. Here you see post, and if you go under, you're going to see this default post, which is Hello Elementor. If I view it on the front end of the website, this is what it looks like. So you can create your own post. If I go to media, you will see there is nothing here. There is absolutely nothing here. We've not uploaded any video or audio or text. If I come to pages, we have these two, privacy and policy and sample page. Of course, we don't have any comments. If I go to appearance, we have these default themes. So because of this particular theme 2024, which is active, if I go to the front end of the website, this is what I'm going to see. So I just see commitment, hello, and all that. And if I come to plugins, we don't have any plugins. If I come to users, this is the particular user we have. You can create new users here. I can click on add new user. I can add the username, the email, the first name, and I can set the password here and choose how I want them to be. Would they be a subscriber, or are they going to be a contributor or an administrator? Then if I come to settings, I want to come to general. Yes, I'll leave this place. I want to come to general settings. You can put the name here. You can say Ecom Kingdom, whatever you want to put. And you can set your site icon here. I can just use any particular icon. If I go to flaticon.com, flaticon.com, when I search for shop, I see all of these icons here. I can just download this particular one. I'm going to download it as a PNG, and I'm going to use it as my site icon. So there it's downloaded. I will come back here. I want to select it, and here it is. And I upload it up here. I also want to set it as my icon. So that is that. And in membership, anyone can register, because people are going to have to register before creating or purchasing. A new user default role should be subscriber. Yes, it should be subscriber. And then I can leave all of these the same, save changes. Now, very importantly, I want to come to reading. You cannot set any page here because we don't have any pages. But if I come to permalinks, I want this permalink structure to be post name. And then I'm going to save that. Now, I want to install the theme we are going to be using. I'll come to themes, and I want to click on add new, and I want to look for a theme called Woostify. I'll click on install, and then I'm going to click on activate. And this is the theme we are going to be using. We can just delete all of these ones. These other ones, they are not useful. They'll add a lot of bloat to our website. I'm just deleting them. And that is that. Now, it tells us to fully take advantage of the best, please make sure you visit our Woostify options. I'll click on that. And it's asking me for my logo. I'll just click on that. And it loads. I'll just select the same logo icon which I used here. I'm just going to drag this to the top and bottom. Crop image, retina logo, the same thing. And logo width, you can adjust this here. You see it's too big on the page, so you can make this to be 50. And this is the title of the website, the tagline. We can publish that. We want to go to the next site identity. We are going to come to this later on. Now, what we need to do is to go back to the back end of our website. And I want us to add plugins. The first plugin we are going to add is going to be called Elementor. Elementor. Now, we are going to be using Elementor Pro. But for this, I want to first install Elementor. So the first option, this is Elementor Page Builder. I want to install that. And I also want to install Jag Element. And this is Jag Element. And I want to install Elements Kit. So Elements Kit Lite, Elements Kit Lite, not essential add-ons, Elements Kit Lite. Actually, I think Elements Kit is one word. So I think we're going to have it now. Yes, this is it, Elements Kit Lite. And then this is the next plugin we want, Medform. So we are going to install that too. Then we want to install variation swatches. Variation swatches. And this is the one we want, this particular one. And it tells us it needs WooCommerce. So we need to install WooCommerce first before we can install that plugin. WooCommerce. And WooCommerce is loading. This is WooCommerce. Install that. It's on more than 8 million websites. Now we can look for variation swatches. Variation swatches. Now we'll just install and want to look for another one called TI Wishlist. TI Wishlist. And this is it. We install that and we come now to all our plugins. Come to install plugins. I want to bulk upload all of them. You see, some of these cannot be uploaded. It cannot be activated unless some are active. So I'll just activate those. I can bulk activate first or apply. So it's telling me I need to install and activate Elementor first. Let me activate Elementor. And I'll just skip. I'll just X out of this. I don't want to do this setup yet. If I come back to my plugins, I want to install all of these. I'll just install them individually. These two can't work without Elementor, without WooCommerce rather. So they are loading. Now it brings me to this WooCommerce setup and it wants me to take a guided tour. First of all, I disagree to this. And then I'll click on set up my store. I'm just starting my business, yes. All of these, I'm going to put my industry. Let's see, I'm selling fashion and beauty, clothing and accessories. I will see United States, location, let's see Idaho, and then I'm going to continue. Put your email address and continue. I don't want all of these. I don't want all of these. If I need them, I'm going to install them later on, and it's turning the lights on. Now you see our store is in coming soon mode. We are going to work on that shortly. Now I want to come back to my plugins. I'll click there, and I want to install this. Now that WooCommerce and Elementor are installed, we have no problem installing the others. So I'm applying and they're installing. So we have all our plugins installed. Now, after installing WooCommerce, you discover that there are quite a number of pages, and because of these plugins, we have quite a lot of options on this left-hand panel. If I go to pages, go to all pages, I want to look at all the pages. You see we have the cart, check out my account, shop page. Let's look at my account page. If we look at this on the front end, you see orders. This is the dashboard. Orders, we have no orders. Downloads, that's for digital downloads. Websites, address, we have none. Account details, all of that we have none. So we'll come back and we look at the shop page. You see we don't have any items on our shop. So and we have this default sidebar. We are going to remove that shortly. Now I want to go back to pages. If I come to pages, I'll just close these two. If I come to pages, you see this refund and return policy. I'll just click on edit. It's actually very important. If not, some payment providers will not accept your website. You must have a return and refund policy. So I need to edit this and just publish it with the default information on it. You can change it at any time. So here it is. I'll click on next, 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 get started. So this is what we have. I'll just publish this. You see here, it says it's still in draft because it's not yet published. I'll publish this right now. And it's now published. If I view it on the front end, this is it. Not the best, but at least it works. If I reload this page now, you see it's no longer draft, it's now published. This is the privacy policy. I will do the same here. I'll just publish it, edit it and publish it. Now I'm going to publish and publish. So it's now published and it is also no longer showing here as draft. So that is published. I'll just close this right now. And we need to go to do some set. We want to set up WooCommerce. So we see WooCommerce here. I'll just click on WooCommerce. And it brings up this WooCommerce page. I'll start to customize. Now, first here, I want to come back to WooCommerce and I want to go to settings. And we are going to start with this general. I'm going to add, now it's asking me, welcome to WooCommerce wishlist plugin. I think I should run the setup wizard first before coming to WooCommerce. And I'll just click on let's go. Default wishlist, continue. Just continue. And continue. And continue. Then continue. Okay, so I'm going to return to WordPress dashboard. Now I can go ahead. I think we don't have anything here. We have Medform Pro version. Now I'm going to delete this. I'm going to X out of these two and also X out of this. So I want to come back to WooCommerce. I want to come back to WooCommerce and go to settings. And I want to add my address here. You see general. We are going to go step by step. I'm going to add my address here, my city and everything. So I've added my address. And where do I want to sell? I could choose to sell to all countries. I could choose to sell to specific countries. Here, I'm just going to say United States, not United. United States. I want to sell in the United States and sell shipping locations just to countries. I'll say to all countries where I sell. Default customer location. I'll say, let's just say shop country region. Enable taxes. Yes. Enable coupons. Yes. And for this, we'll leave it the way it is. Currency USD. Position left. 1000 separator. That. We'll click on save. Next, we go to products. And in this, we want to choose the shop page. Now, which page we do want for to be the shop page? I'll leave it at shop, but you can choose any other page. If you want to create a custom shop page, you can do that. And add to cart behavior. Would you want to redirect to the cart page after successful addition? Or would you want to enable Ajax add to cart buttons? I'll leave it at this. Now, if you toggle on this button, it assumes that when you add a product to cart, you don't want to buy any other product. This should only be toggled on if you have a WooCommerce store and you've set it that a customer can buy only one product. And the placeholder image, I'll leave it at this. Weight should be kilograms. I'll make it to be grams because we're going to be selling wristwatches. Dimensions, centimeters, I'll leave it at that. Enable reviews. Yes, reviews can only be led by verified owners. Yes, for the sake of maintaining the reputation of their shop. And then store ratings, that is that. I'll click and save changes. Next, I'm going to the tax tab. And here we are. Here, we need to set how we want the tax to appear. You want to set the prices tax inclusive. If we toggle this on, it means it will charge somebody $40, then the price also includes the tax. But in our case, we don't want that to happen. We want our customers, we want our site visitors to know exactly the price of the item and the tax they are going to be paying. So we are going to be calculating tax based on shipping address. Yes, I'm going to say that. Or we can just see shop base or customer billing. We'll just leave it as it is. Shipping class tax based on cart items. We'll leave that as it is. And then you see additional tax classes. Reduce rate, zero tax rate, but we want to add something and we can say our own rate, or you can use the conventional term, which is custom rate. Now, these two, reduce rate and zero tax rate, you can see them up here. Reduce rate, zero tax rate. Now, and you see standard rates, but I want to add an additional one which we can customize. So if I click on save, you see custom rates. I should have said custom tax rate. Anyway, I'll just say custom. And I'll leave it the way it is. I'll come here and click on custom rate. And we can now add our own custom rates based on whatever we desire. I'll click on add row. And then the country code. You can tax people based on their state or based on their country. I'll come to tax jar. USC state taxes. I want to come to tax jar and I'll click on this. Now when you come to tax jar, it shows you the taxes paid in each state. So you can see if I look at Texas is 6.1 to 6.25. I'll just come here and then I'll see country code US. I'll see US and then the state TX, that's for Texas. Postcode. For this, we can just leave it alone. City, we can leave it alone. But here we're going to say 6.25. 6.2500. And then tax name, we can leave it as it is. And then we'll just leave that to signed as is checked. Insert row. And we'll come back here. Let's look at Illinois. And it's also 6.25. Let's look at Indiana, which is IN, and it's 7%. And we come back here, and we'll just see this is US, Indiana, and this is 7%. and we leave that. What if we just wanted to put a flat shipping rate for rate for the entire country, not shipping per tax rate? We can just put US, and we can use US here. Here we may not even need to put this. Just remove that, and we can put, let's say, 4%. 4%, and probably maybe you, the company, you want to absorb part of the tax which the customer should be paying to make your product more attractive. So you can put it this way, and you can click and save changes. Now we'll come up to shipping, the shipping tab, and we want to create shipping zones. We'll click on that, click on add shipping zones. Zone name, we can see, let's just see Idaho, where we are, because charity begins at home. We'll click on Idaho, and then the regions, just see North America or United States. We can select all. We can select all of these if we like, but I'll just leave these the way they are. I think it would be better if we just set United States. I'll remove all of these, and United States, it includes all the states. Add shipping method, I'll click on that. Now here, it's asking me free shipping or flat shipping. I'm going to click on flat shipping, and then I'm going to click on continue. Flat shipping is taxable, yes, it's taxable. And then the price, let's just say $5, and then that's for one person. That's just for one purchase. What if the person wants to purchase more than one? We are going to put star, and then in brackets QTY. This is going to be $5 times the number which the purchase, and I'm going to click on create and save. Now we can also add shipping classes, and shipping classes are simply categories of products which are going to be shipped differently. Take for example, for us, we are going to have gold watches, and we're going to have leather hand watches. So we don't want to charge them the same, because the gold watches are more expensive and it needs better shipping. So for the first, I'm going to click on shipping classes, and for the first shipping class, I'm going to see gold, and description, I'll see shipping for gold watches, and then I'm going to create, and then next I'm going to see leather hand, I'll copy this, and then I'm going to see shipping for leather hand watches. And that is that. Having done this, let's go back to our shipping zones. I'll come back to our shipping zones, and then if I click on this United States, let me X out of this first. I realize here that we have this extra one. I'm just going to delete this. Now if we come to this Idaho shipping zone, and I come to the rate, I'll click on edit. Now you see we have three extra fields. We have three extra fields here, and each of these is supposed to be a separate shipping class. The reason we had just this field is because we have not created any shipping classes. I'll copy this and paste it here. So for gold, it's going to be, let's just see, $10, and for leather, it's going to be $5 to ship, and then no shipping class, $5. Now you remember, we created the shipping zone for Idaho because when we're setting up our website, we stated that this is where we are based. If we now want to create another shipping zone for the rest of the US, let's say zone name, rest of US, and the regions, we're going to select United States except Idaho. I'm just going to go ahead and select all of these states here except Idaho. Now I've added all the other states, and I'm just going to click on save changes first. And now I want to add a shipping method. I'm going to click on flat rate. I'm going to continue, click on continue. Previously we added, it was $5 per quantity for, was $10 for this. That's for gold shipping. So here we can make it 15 because this is now out of state. And then for this, we can make it, let's say we can make it $20. And for this, no shipping class, we can just say 20, stay 20. So leather hand, no, this is actually supposed to be 15 and this should be 10. So I can create and save. The next thing we want to do is that we want to integrate payments so that how do people pay for our products when they buy them. So I'll come to this payment tab. I'm offline. Let me reconnect to my. So here I am. By default, I have WooPayments, and it gives me the ability to install all manner of credit card checkouts. But I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to come to my plugins and I want to install. Let me open on plugins on the new tab. I'll close tax jar and this. And I want to search for Stripe. I'm going to be using Stripe for this example. You can use whichever one you desire. I'm going to be searching for Stripe. Now I should click on add new. Leave. And then I'm going to look for Stripe. And this is the one I want to install. I'm going to install it, these payment plugins for Stripe for WooCommerce. I'm going to install that. And then I'm just going to activate that. I'm going to be using Stripe, but you can use PayPal in the same way, in the very same way. Now it brings me to this dashboard. What I want to do is that I want to come back to WooCommerce and go on the settings. And when I come to payments, you can now see we have a whole ton of payment integrations. But the one we want is this credit card Stripe by payment plugins. It's toggled on. If yours is not toggled on, go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on manage. And now you can see it already tells us that this is enabled. Normally, it has a system whereby you can just click to install and to just do the activation. But I don't see that here. So I'm going to have to come to advanced settings. I see local and all that. Then I'll come to API. Yes, now you see it's on test mode. There are two ways I can connect here. I can click to just connect automatically, or I can go to my Stripe dashboard, get the test and the secret key, the test publishable key and the secret key. So I'll first of all try to connect by clicking. When I click to this, it's going to redirect me to my Stripe account. And I'm going to have to put in my email address and my password to connect. And the moment I do that, it's automatically connected. So you can see here, I did that and it shows me it's already been connected. And you can see the test publishable key, the test secret key, and then it creates a webhook. But now I'm going to delete this and I'm going to create the test publishable key, the test secret key, and the webhook secret. How do I do that? I'm going to delete connection here. And then I want to come into my Stripe account. I'm going to go to Stripe and I'm going to log into my account. Now, make sure if you're doing this for a live website, you change this from test to live. So, but this is going to be test. And for the test, I'm going to use this webhook URL. So I'm going to log into my Stripe dashboard rather. Now here you can see I am on my Stripe dashboard and it's on test mode. If you're doing this for a live website, toggle this on to live mode. It should be this way. That's if you see everything here is live. But I want to do this using the test mode. So I'm going to put that on. And you see by default, it already shows me my publishable key and my secret key. I'm going to go to View Docs. And while it loads, actually that's not where I should be. I'll go to Developers. And then it's going to, you see here, it shows me my publishable key. I'm going to click to copy. And then I'll come here. I'll put the publishable key here. That's the test. And then I'm going to reveal this secret key and I'm going to copy it and paste it on the website. So I've pasted that there. Optionally, we can create a test webhook secret. So I'm just going to create that. I'll copy this. This is the link to use. But before then, let's test this connection. We test this connection, and it shows us connection was successful and the mode is test. So I'll close that. But I'll come back to my Stripe dashboard and try to create a webhook secret. So in my Stripe dashboard, I'm going to come to webhooks, and you see I already have this. This was the one we created when we were doing the test. That's the direct connection. I want to delete this. I want to delete this webhook secret, and I want to create a new one. I'll click on add an endpoint, and then this is the URL for the endpoint, and then I can see test ecom project, test ecom project, and I'll click on add endpoint. Okay, I need to select events. I'll just select all, add events. These are all of them. I'll scroll down to the bottom, and then I'll click on add endpoint, and you see it's going to show me this is my sign-in secret, and I have to wait a little bit for events to be shown. So here it is. I've copied this. This is a webhook secret. I'll just come back here, and I'm going to paste it here. So there it is, and I'm going to click on save changes. So this is actually in test mode. It's actually in test mode. So you can come to advanced settings, and local type, you can leave this on local. All of these, you can just leave them the way they are. Just leave them the way they are. Now, if I come to this credit card, debit cards, I want to change this credit card to, you could change it to Stripe. You could change that to Stripe, but I'll just choose to leave it the way it is, and it's enabled. Mind you, with Stripe, you can connect Apple Pay. I'll just leave that. You can connect Apple Pay. On your Stripe dashboard, you can also connect Google Pay. And you need your merchant ID here. So this is how it's going to appear. But now I'm just going to come back up here, go to advanced, and the cart page, I'll leave it the way it is. Checkout page is that. Terms and conditions, I'm going to look for terms and conditions. Okay, I'll look for refund and return policy. I'm going to use that there. And all of these, I'm just going to save changes. Now we need to go ahead and create some products. I'm going to create my first product. I'll come under products. I'll click on add new. And I'm going to name this. Let's see. I'm going to name it that. Everett 3-hand date gold stone stainless steel watch. And then I'm going to give it a product description. I'm just going to copy. I already have it. And then I'm going to copy it. A minute, please. Copy selected text, and then I'm going to paste it here. So this is the text. I can just go ahead and do some styling here. Now that I've given it some styling, I'm going to set the regular price. I'll just say, let's see, $249. And if I like, I could put a sale price, and you can schedule the sale. Let's see, you could say the sale is going to take off from maybe November 1st to the 30th. I'm going to say, okay, for now it's $229, so it's on sale. And you're going to see the two. Taxable status is taxable. Tax class, we're going to see custom rate. It's going to be a custom rate. And then we can put the short description. I'll copy that, and I'm going to paste it here. So that is that. I'll just paste that there. So this is a short description. And make sure you set it as a simple product. It shouldn't be a group product, external, or variable product. It should be a simple product. Next, inventory. I'm going to give it an SKU. Let's see what the SKU is here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it there. As for this, you can leave it as it is. Track stock quantity. What's the quantity now? 10. And what's the low stock threshold? In other words, 10 of these units, 10 units of this wristwatch are in stock. And when it reaches 2, when they've bought 8 of these and only 2 are left, then you should get a notification. Sold individually. That's to limit purchases to 1 item per order. There are particular items for which you want to purchase, you want each person to purchase just one, maybe just medical items, and if they are limited in supply, you'd want to limit each person to buying just one so they don't create some form of black market for it. Come to shipping and the weight, I'm just going to say, I'm going to say 50 grams because it's in grams. Dimension, I'll put anything here. Shipping class, I'll say gold. This is going to be for gold. And by the way, I need to add the product image. So I'll click on product image. I'll go to my computer and I want to use this particular one because that's what we named it. So this is going to be the main image, and then we want to add the gallery images. I want to select the same. I want to add these, and these. So these are the gallery images for this particular wristwatch. I will add to gallery. And then for category, I'm going to create a new category and say gold. And that is going to be gold. And then tags, I'll say gold watch. So remember, we created a shipping class for gold watches. So this is a gold watch. Now, if I should just preview this first before going ahead, and if I should view the product on the front end, this is how it looks right now. This is what it looks like right now. And to be quite honest, it's quite good. It's quite good. This is the description. You can see everything. This is the product short description. It tells you only 10 are left. And then you can add this to cart and all that. And you can also swing, you can also slide the pictures to see them. So I think this is looking pretty good right now. We are going to fix all of this shortly. Now let's come to link products, upsells. And it tells us upsells are products which you recommend instead of the currently viewed product. For example, products that are more profitable or better quality or more expensive. So if you add any upsell here, then when people view this, maybe they search for this, then they are going to be recommended. Most upsell products are of higher quality and they cost more, so it's going to make you more profit. Then cross sells are products which are similar. They are similar. You know, it says cross sells are products which you promote in the cart based on the current product. So they are similar to this particular product. Now we don't have any other product yet, but when we have more products listed, we can add upsells and cross sells. We now come to attributes. Attributes are characteristics of your product which people can search, like color, size, and other things, and we are going to use them when creating variations. So for us to be adding attributes to this product, let's just click here. You see on the left side, we click on attributes. I can now add an attribute here of color, and it's going to add its own slug. And I'm going to select type and say color. You can also add attributes of, things like, you can use pictures here instead of colors for attributes. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to click to add attribute. And then here you see the color attribute is added. Let me add different values to it. I'll click on edit and the attribute name. I'll go back. I'm supposed to click on configure terms rather. I'll click on configure terms. And then I can now add some colors here. First one, I'm going to say gold. And then its slug is going to be gold. And then the color, I'm going to paste the hex code for gold here. and click enter. I don't really like that. I'll just paste and enter. If I could change this a little bit, I don't know if this is, you know what, I'm going to search for gold hex code. If I come here and click on gold, this particular one, I'll use this one instead. All right, I'll come here and paste this here. Still not what I want. You know what? I'll just go for another gold hex code. Is this gold? All right, I'll just copy that. Never mind. We don't need to be 100% accurate. I'll paste this here and click on enter. I'll click on add new color. Now I can look for silver, and I'm going to come, if I close this, I want to use this metallic silver, and it says it is A5, A9, B4. I'm going to click here, A5, A9, B4. That's metallic silver. I'm going to add, and then I want black. And of course, black, just the edge here. And I'm going to add that. So I have these three color variations here, and I could leave them as it is for the color attribute. The next attribute we want to add is the size attribute. I'll come back to attribute, and then I'll click on size. Yes, and then type. I will see select. Actually, I'm going to select the radio, and then I'm going to add this. So under size, configure terms, I want to add male. Yes. Now I'll come to size. Let me configure terms. On the size, I'm going to click on male. I'm going to click on female, and then I'm going to click on children. So that is that. We've added those three. If I come back to attribute and I come to size, you can see them here: male, female, and children. If I now go back to this product, go to all products, actually here it is, but I want to open it on the back end on the editable screen. I click on edit, and I go to attributes. If I go to attributes and I click to select, I can first of all select color, and I want to choose gold. So this one is available in gold, and I want to choose size now, and I want to choose this is only for men. This is only for men, and I'm going to save attribute. Now I want to add another product, and this time around is going to be variable product. So I'm going to click on add new, and instead of us having it here as simple product, we're going to choose it to be a variable product. And I'm just going to click on OK. Now the first thing I want to do is that I want to add the title of the variable product, and this is it. I'll just double click on that. I'll copy. I'm going to paste the title here. I'll remove this, and then I want to copy the description of the product we added. I'll close this. I want to copy the description of this one, the product description. I'll edit, and then I'll just copy the product description here. I'll just use the same thing. Copy, come to this one, I'll paste. Then this is the variable product. So we are going to add different variations. For general, tax status is taxable, tax class. We're going to do custom rate and then come to inventory. The first thing we're going to do is to add the SKU. I'll copy that. I'm going to paste that here. I'm going to tweak this a little bit. I will say FG, capital G, and then we are going to come to attributes. We're going to come to attributes. The first thing I want to do is that I want to select these attributes, color and size. Yes, this I've chosen color. Now choose size. So we have color and we have size. And then I'm going to go ahead and save the attribute. First, I'll choose the different attributes, black, brown, blue, gold, and silver. And then for this, I'm going to choose male, and then I'm going to choose female. So when I save these attributes, then from these attributes, we are going to create or to generate variations. So I'll click on variations. So we have nothing here, but we are going to generate them. We can either add them manually or we can generate them. For the sake of time, I'm going to just generate them. I'll click on OK. And it's going to give me a host of them. You see quite many. And I'm going to edit each of these. This is where you have to be manual. So black, female, we have to edit each of these manually and add it tells me 10 variations added and add our pictures. So for black, female, I'm going to choose. I'm going to add some pictures. I'm going to download. And I think this is what I'm looking for. No, this is not it. This should be it. No, still not this one. What about this? I don't know why I'm getting confused here. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to just add all of these. I'm going to add all of these. So I'm going to look for the black watch for females. You see this one, I'm going to use it as brown. This one I'm going to use it as white. This one I'm going to use it as blue. And it goes on and on. This one I could use it as brown. So for the black, I'm going to use this for females. Which one can I use? I'm going to use this particular one for female. And the SKU, let's just see. I'm going to pick this SKU here. Copy. I'll just use the same SKU for all of them, but in your case, you're going to have to change them. I'm going to say FG. I'll copy this, and you can set the price to be $199, or this should be $199. No sale price. In stock, I'm going to say yes, it's in stock. Weight and all that. Weight, I could put 50 grams. Dimensions, let's just say 20, and then 10. This is just for the sake of, just for formality. Then the sale price, you can add that. Manage stock, you can see yes. How many in quantity, how many in stock, we can say 5. And then you can edit the rest and do them. I've gone ahead and added all the variations. Now you'll see them when we go to the front end. Now just a few details. We want to choose our default value. Let's say we want to choose the silver, and then the default size should be male. And then if we come here, we can add the product image, and I'll choose this silver. And then the gallery. For the gallery, I'm going to choose this. I'll choose this. I'll choose this. And this. So add to gallery, and you can just go ahead and publish. Here, I'm going to also select the category. I'll click and see leather hand. not nut, but hand. I'm going to click enter, and then for tags I'm going to say leather, and then I'm going to say chrono. So those are some tags. Then if you have a video, you can add the video URL here. For production description, I'm going to copy this, the same for this one. Copy, and I'm going to add it here. I'm going to paste it here, and I can update. And if you come to advanced, you see you have some other options here, which I don't think we need. No, not the advanced. Purchase note and things like that. Stripe settings, I'll just leave this the way it is. I'm going to update. Now what we can do is, I want to go to my pages. I want to go to pages, and under pages, if I go to my shop page, not wish list but shop page, and you can see we have this effect here whereby when we scroll over it, it shows us one of the pictures on the gallery. So that is the good thing about Woostify. So here, even here, when I scroll over it, it shows me another picture on the gallery. Now you see the difference. Here I can just click to add this to cart, and you see it is added on my cart, and I can just check out from here. But I can't do that here because I have different prices. So what I'm going to do is I'll click on select options. And if I come here, you can see on this Woostify, I can also click to expand, but the pictures are not that big, so it's not going to make a difference. So if I scroll here, now I can choose an option here. If I choose an option like blue, you see it brings this blue. And if I choose female or male, it's going to show me the price. If I choose a female, it shows me the price. If I choose male, it also shows me the price here. And I can select that and add to cart. That's how I can add to cart and then proceed. But I'm just going to remove these items from the cart for now. So that was just to show you how variable products they work. You can see the description here. And for reviews, you can see that our customers can give reviews. I'm not logged in yet. If I log in, I can give a review if I purchase. I'll go back to the back end of my website. I've gone ahead and added some more products. You can see we have these wrist watches here. If I hover over them with my mouse, you can see it begins to show you the gallery, the first image of the gallery. So now we want to be able to add coupon codes on our website. So let's go to WooCommerce and let's go to settings. Actually, that's not where we are supposed to be. Let's go under marketing and let's click on coupons. So we don't have any coupons here. I'm going to click to create first coupon. And for this one, I'm going to see, I can just name it, say, discount 20. And then you can give it a description and say it's 20%. And then you can give it a fixed discount or a percentage discount. I'll give this a percentage discount and it's going to be 20%. And this you can set it to grant free shipping. If you want this 20% to also be accompanied with free shipping, then you can check that, and then you can set an expiry date. Maybe it expires on the 31st of October. You can set that. And then user restriction. So somebody must spend at least $249 in order to be eligible for this coupon code, or let's just say at least 300. We can say $299. This is a minimum. And then if you spend above $1,000, you won't be qualified for this coupon. So you can set this, and then you can set this for just one. That's individual use only. And you can exclude products which are on sale. You can click here to exclude products that are on sale. So if a product is on sale, it does not qualify for this coupon. And then you can apply this to particular coupons. Let's just see gold, to particular products rather. And we can search here gold. And let's say you want this to apply only to the gold watches. And So I've selected these 3 gold watches. I'm going to remove this last one because it's a duplicate. I'll search for gold and see. Okay, so for these particular products, this coupon applies. But on the other hand, you might see, maybe you have up to 3,000 products, but you want the coupon to apply only for just 700 of those products. You can list those you are excluding from here. And you can also exclude particular categories. Let's say you want this to apply only to leather hand watches. You can do that here. And you can remove all of this. Mind you, some of these attributes may conflict. But rather, you may not want to include, you may want to exclude instead. You may want to see all gold watches are excluded. And allowed emails, you can see only email addresses from Gmail accounts are allowed here. Or only email addresses from specific domains are allowed here. So I'm going to use it on the gold category, or let's just say the leather hand category. And then usage limits per coupon, it can only be used once. And limit usage to X items, apply to all qualifying items in cart. So once. Usage limit per user. So let's say you may want to say this can be used twice, but only once per user. So if this person gets this coupon, they can share it with somebody and it can be used. Or you want to see maybe the first 100 users of this coupon, they can use it. The first 100 users is going to give them a 20% discount, but after the 100th user, nobody else can use this. So you can go ahead and publish this. So you'll see this discount 20, and just so we know what we are doing here, it applies only to leather hand watches. So I'm going to copy this, and if I go to my shop, this is a leather hand watch. I just want to open this. Let's say this is a variable product. I open this in the new tab, and if I should select this particular one and select female and I add to cart. Oh, let me select blue and then I add to cart. If I proceed to checkout, or if I view cart, you will see that I can now proceed, add my coupon code here. I'll paste that there. And if I click on apply, you see it tells me the minimum spend for this coupon is $2.99, but my product is $1.89. So if I apply and select for these to give me another product, I want to buy 2 items, it still does not. Okay, the minimum is $2.99. So if I apply now, you see it gives me a 37.8% discount here and shipping of $20. So and the tax is $14. I don't know. Let me come back to the coupon and see how many percent I give the general. So coupon amount percentage, okay, 20%. I'm just going to update that. Let's say I change this to a fixed cart discount, and I update, and I said maybe this should be $40. 40 is going to give them $40 discount. I'll update this, and if I reload my cart and if I add a coupon, you see it's taken off $40 from their purchase price. So that is what it does. That is how it does. And if I change my shipping address, you're going to see there are going to be changes there. So now let's test the payment gateway or the booking flow or the purchase flow. You see it has the discount code here. Let's just proceed to checkout and see how it looks. So you can see this. Just so you know, I have another tutorial on my channel on how to edit the checkout page of any website for free. So the coupon is already applied there. you can just put your email address, put your city and all that, and then the rate, shipping rate is flat rate. You can now put in your phone number, your credit card number here. You can add your credit card number here, and you can put your expiry date. You add your CVC and the expiration date, and you can save this for future purchases, and you can add a note to your order, and then you can go ahead and make the payment. So that is how it works. And when you make the payment, you're going to receive a thank you email. Now, if you look up here, you will see this. We have this cart button. It shows us we have 2 items in cart. In our case, it's 1 item, but 2 of those. And we have nothing on our wish list yet. So if you return to shop, this is how you wish list something. You can just click on that hat and it's going to say view wish list. So this is what you have on your wish list. And you can add to cart, and you have something like you can add to cart, you can remove from here. If I remove, I'll say apply action. It's going to remove it from my wish list. So that is exactly how it is done. Now let's take a look at our dashboard. I'll click on dashboard here since I have an account. And if I go to orders, I don't see anything here. I go to downloads, I don't see anything here. Payment methods, I don't see anything here. Here, I can actually edit my billing address and my shipping address. I will go back to my cart and I'll just proceed to checkout. Since this is in test mode, I'm just going to fill in my information and proceed to checkout. So I've added my credentials and I'm now processing the order. I've added all my information here. I'm now processing the order. And it tells me I use a dummy credit card number. I'll just say yes, I'm going to save this for later purchases. And you can see it says thank you, your order has been received, and payment method linked by Stripe. So this is everything. This is a purchase note. You can also do a custom thank you note. Now if I now go back to the back end of my website and to products, actually to WooCommerce, and I go to home, you see I already have notifications here. Now let me go to orders. So you already see I have this is my name and it's processing 6 minutes ago. I can click on this to see the details. So you see I purchased this. I purchased all of this. Now this is how you learn how to handle your e-commerce website, and you can choose action and say send order details, resend your order notification, regenerate download permissions, or something of that sort. That's for digital downloads. So from here you can go ahead and fulfill the particular order. Now this is what total revenue, because taxes have been taken off, and this is how the back end of your website is going to look like. Just one very important detail before we go ahead. The status, order status, you can change it from here. So if the order is completed, you can click here and update. So it's completed. Maybe you've dispatched the product. So this order is completed. If I now come to orders, you see this particular one is completed. But if on the other hand, the person maybe the order was on hold, or maybe the person canceled the order, you change it here. Or if it was refunded, you see it here. Or if it failed, you see it here, and then you can put it to draft. So that is that. At this point, what we want to do is to customize the home page and the other pages of this website. So I'll go to all pages and I want to click on add new. I want to add a new page, and I'm going to call it home, and I'm going to publish it. I'll publish it here, and I'm going to edit it with Elementor. So it brings me this pop-up. I'm just going to say skip. One thing I want to do though is to come to the back end of the website, and under Elementor I'll click on settings, and I'm going to toggle all of this on, and then I'll save changes. Then I want to come to features. I'll just activate all of these. Then I'll save changes. I'll now come back to my home page. I'm going to reload. So Elementor gives me this pop-up, add your logo, set up your global fonts. I'm going to set this up. I'll go to site settings. And for primary, I'm going to make it just. That's for primary. And I'm going to make it size. I'll just make it to be 60. And then the width, I'm going to leave it at that. Secondary is still going to be just. And size 40. Text. I think for this secondary, I can change. Anyway, I'll change the colors shortly. Text is going to be pop-ins. And I think it's good the way it is. Accent, we could use just. No, not Roboto, just. And then I'll just make this to be 16. So I'm going to save changes. So I've done that for site settings. This is for global. If I go back, I can also choose global colors. So for these, I want to use, let's say, a dark blue. For these, I can use a dark blue. I think it's going to do justice if I use something closer to black. For the secondary color, I'm going to use something grayish. Let's use something like this. And then the text, I want it to be dark. And then for accent, I'm going to make it this same color. I'll paste that there. I'm just going to save changes. And it tells us, if I go back, you can change buttons to here. So the buttons typography, the text color should be white. Background should be this. I'll paste that there. Typography should be just. And then the size should be 16. I'm just going to save this, save changes, and then I'll exit out of site settings. For this header, you can only do it using Elementor Pro. We're coming to that shortly. So I'll close this. I'll say got it. I want to add a container. And then I want to make this particular page to be Elementor full width. It's loading. And I want to make this particular section, this particular container, to be full width too. I don't know what's happening. I don't see the 6 dots. It appears Elementor has taken that off. Okay, I think I understand what's happening. I'll just remove this. Now, I want to give this a background. I'll just right click on and edit this container. But before then, I want to give a background, another container inside here. So for this particular container right now, it's also going to be full width. And I want to give it a background image. I'll go to home here and I want to pick a suitable image for this. So I'm going to choose this particular image, this particular one. It really captures the essence of what I want to showcase. It's loading. I'll just select that and insert it. Somehow I don't see that here. Can I just publish this and then reload this page? I'm going to delete this container, or I'll just create another one beneath here. And here I want to add that image, classic. I'll select that image, and then I'm going to put this one inside this picture. Now I want to give this a top padding, top, right, and center. That's top, bottom, left, and right. I'll come to my padding here. I'm going to give it all round padding 50 first. And then I'm going to untoggle this. I'm going to give top 150, bottom 150. So the first thing I want to do is that I want to make this image to cover this, to cover this entire section. I'm going to come to style. I'll come to image resolution. It should be full. Position should be center. Attachment, I'll leave it default. Repeat, or what have I done? I'll come back to background. Repeat should be no repeat, and then display should be cover. You see, it now comes and it occupies the entire, you see the entire picture. What I want to do for the padding and the margin, I'm going to change those later on. What I want to do now is that I want to drag in the heading. I want to drag in the heading widget and put it here. You see, we added this text to be just. You can see it now there. Here, I'm going to say holiday. I'll make it all caps. Holiday 2024. I'm going to come to style, but for this, I want it to be white. And I want this to be centered. I want this to be 300. I want the size to be 35. Maybe 30 will do. 30. And then now I want to duplicate this. I want to give another heading. I'm going to paste the other heading here, the new heading here. I'll paste that. No, that's not what I wanted to copy. So this is what I wanted to copy. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. I'll make this, let's say 60. And I'm also going to add some more text beneath. I'll just duplicate this again. Or maybe I could just duplicate this one on top. Duplicate this. And then I'll come here and paste this. But I want to make this to be just, let's see, 16. But I'll make this 400. So I want to add a button beneath here. So what I could do is that I could add another container beneath here. I will drag this container, put it beneath here. And inside here, I want to add a button. And I will add this button here. And before this, I want to make this container to be horizontal, so that when I duplicate this button, it's going to be horizontally aligned. In this button text, for this button text, I want it to say shop his. And I want to come to style. I want the border radius to be, let's say 10. Or I think 10 is too much. I can make it 5. The padding, I'll make it 10 or 15. And then left and right should be 35 and 35. Then what I want to do is I want this container to be centered. So I will click on it, come back and make this centered. I also want to duplicate this and I want this to say shop hours. So these are two buttons, but I want the background of this shop hours to be lighter, background color. I want it to be lighter, so I'll come to background color. Background color. I want it to do something like this. I think I'm going to leave it this way. Now, if I come to this and just publish this, if I look at it on mobile, it doesn't look really good. Even the header doesn't look good on mobile. We're going to arrange that. What I need to do is, first of all, I need to increase the padding for this entire section. I'll make the top padding to be 165 and the bottom padding to be 165. So that is that. I also want to increase the left and the right padding to be 80 and 80. Now I still don't like the way it is. Let's say right should be 150 and left 150. And if I should give a background overlay, I'll click here, come to style. I want to give a background overlay. I want to make this a little bit darker. So I will give it a total black background overlay. I can increase the opacity. I think I'll just leave it to be 0.50. So this is this for this header. But like we said, if we look at it on mobile, it doesn't look really good. I'll just publish that first. So for mobile, I'm going to come here. I'm going to turn off. I'm going to make the padding to be, I'll just turn this off, the padding. And then I'm going to give it a top padding of 50. Let's make it 80. And the bottom padding of 80. So I'll just increase this to 150. And I can reduce the size of this to 35, and this I'm going to reduce it to, let's say, 20. But you still see we have a lot of flushing to these ends. So I want to go to the left padding and make this 80. No, not 80, 40. 40. And this should also be 40. I could also reduce this to 25 and this to 25. And this, I want to remove the padding for this inner column. If I remove the padding, it's going to be that way. And I still see a lot we can do here, because I see these two buttons now, they are not aligned on the same line. First thing I'll do is that I'm going to come here and say left padding 15, right padding 15. Or what if I do 20, 20, 20, 20? So that is that. So we see these buttons are now realigned as they were before. I'm going to reduce the size of this. I think 30 is okay. For this, I'm going to make this 14. And for the background color, the background image, I'm still going to make it to be centered center. The same picture. and the position is going to be center by default. And repeat, no repeat, display size, cover. So I'm going to publish that. This is just a crash course on how to do mobile responsive design. What next I want to do is I want to add a container with 2 columns. I'll first of all add 1 container. Then I'm going to add this 2 columns inside. First of all, I'll make this outer container to be horizontal so that when I duplicate this inner container, it's going to be on the same side. Now, what I want to do is I want to give a background image here. I'll click on that, come to style. And then I'm going to come to image. I want to choose 2 images which I can use there. The first one I want to use is this particular image. I think this one is of higher resolution, 810 by 810. And then I'll insert that. This should be 85, this should be 90, 90, and then this should be 50. So, as usual, I want to come here, and I want the position to be center. I want the attachment to be default, repeat, no repeat, cover, should be cover. Here, I want to add some headings. The first one I'm going to add this heading. And I'm just going to say modern. And I'm going to duplicate this. Oh, what did I do? I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to delete. I'll say modern. Modern. And I'll duplicate this. And then I'll see watches. So for this, I'm going to make this, of course, white. And I'm going to make it the weight to be 300. And I can make this all caps lock. And I want to reduce this to 40. I want this direction to be right. And then I want this to also be white. But I want the size. I also want this to be caps. And to come this way, I want this to be 65. So for these, I'm going to set the bottom. I'm just going to remove this, the padding, and then I'm going to remove all of these left. Bottom should actually be -5. And then for this, it will be 0. And for this, it will be 0. Now, beneath here, I want to drag a text editor and put it here. Actually, what I want to drag and put there is a container. I'll remove this. Direction is going to be horizontal. I will justify the content to the end. I will make all of this to be 5. I'll go to the advanced tab, unlink everything, set the bottom margin to -5. I'll also unlink these values here. I'll now drag a text editor inside here. And then I'm going to align it to the right. And then I'll see starts from. And then I'll make this, the text color to be white. I'm going to make sure this is 18. And then you could put a column here if you like. but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm now going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to give it a space here. For this, I want to see 199. I want to go to style. I want to make this to be thicker. Let's say 800. And then I want this to be, let's say, bluish. I don't think this blue is going to be appropriate. I'll use something more colorful. Now I can drag a button widget directly under here, and I want it to be aligned to the left. So I'm going to say shop now. But for this, I want it to be aligned to the right. And I think I want to do some more work here for the padding. So for the border radius, I'm going to increase this. I'll just make this 20. For the padding, I want to make it 20 top, 20 left, or let's say 25. And then right, I want to make it 45. Left, 45. So here I'm going to make this 30. That's 30. And I want this typography, I want the size to be, let's say, 18. I could even increase it further. I think that's too much. I'll just make it 20. And then I could make it 300 in width. That's too small. Let me make it 400. So that is that. So for this entire column, I want to give it a border radius. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to come to borders, and then the border radius, I can make it 15. Even this area, I can make this, give it this a border radius of 15. So the borders are more rounded. For this, since it's big, we can make it 20. So here, I want to go ahead, and now I want to give this a background overlay. I'll come to the background here, and I'll give it a background overlay of black, but I'll reduce the opacity to maybe 0.26, and I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'll delete this. Now for this, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make this 80. Or why not 70? So this is supposed to be bigger than the other one. And here, I want to see for him. And I'm going to change the background image here to a very good picture of a gentleman. I could use this particular one. I'll put that inside there, and then I'm going to make, I'm going to leave the picture the way it is. Now I want to add another section. I'll add a heading, and I'll see latest watches. I'm going to center this, align this center, but I feel like this is a little bit too big. I'll make this 60 or 40 rather, and I'm going to make this to be 70. Then I want to add a section, and I want to add a shortcode. And for this shortcode, I want to add some products. Now, we can simply search for products here, but we can't use this because we don't have Elementor Pro yet. So we are going to be using this for products. So you see, I've written this shortcode here. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. Now for this shortcode, you can go ahead and specify the products here, order by and all that. I've limited the products to 3. If I made it 6, if I said 6, you see it's going to show me all my 6 products. But we have a problem here, that the problem is that we really cannot edit, I don't like this spaces around here. So you can go ahead and use this particular one. But for this, I'm going to use Elementor Pro. I'm going to install Elementor Pro right now. So I'm just going to activate it. So I have Elementor Pro installed, and if I should just reload this page, I can now come down here. It's still loading on this end. If I search for products, let's say product, and I can just scroll down and look for products. These are products here by Elementor. You see the difference. All right, so I can go ahead and edit this. No, not this, but this. So you can edit the rows, you can edit the column, you can query, you can decide how products are chosen. Let's say you want to include gold, just gold watches. First of all, let me include by term, and then if I choose gold watches here, not gold but gold, you see product category gold. It's going to show me only gold watches here. No, not product category but product term or product tag. I will search for gold here, and if I see product color gold, I still get some items here. I guess this is bugging. There is a bug here because under normal circumstances, I should be able to filter. And then what if I see product tag, gold watches, shipping class, gold watches? What about product tags? It still shows me everything. Query by, let's say query by manual selection. I will now do manual selection. If I choose gold here, I'll remove this. If I choose gold, yes, I can select that. So this is a gold watch. I can also select the other gold watches. Let's see, Caraway. That's another gold watch. And then if I select another one, let's see. You know what? I'm just going to leave these 3. If I come to style and the column gaps, I can remove this and make it 5. Rows gap, I can leave it the way it is. The title, I can change the typography to 400 or let's say 300, and then the size should be 15. So we see the size there is 15. I want to change the color to be black, and I also want the columns, the number of columns to be not 4 but 3, rows 3. So I can add another watch here. I can add another wristwatch here to fill this gap. So I can see columns 4, and then I can add another watch, manual selection. I'll say gold, and if I add that there, so anyways, let me just take this off and say gold. Gold. Yes, I'm just going to leave this the way they are. So you see, with Elementor Pro, you have a lot more flexibility to do all of these that you're doing. Can we just publish this and preview it on the front end? So you can see that with Elementor Pro, you have a lot more flexibility. I don't know why, but this is being cut off. I don't know what's the issue. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to give it an inner padding. Let's say bottom of 10, or should it be here? Bottom 10 to make everything show. I don't know why this is cutting off. It should be something with the theme. And if I publish, I want to see this. So I want to increase this, the layout. I want this to be 1240 or 1340. If I publish that, and I want to come to this, and I want to come to style, I want this layout to be 1. And I want to reload this page. So we see this is how we have it. I think I prefer it this way. I'm just going to delete this one we have here. And here I'm going to give a top padding, a top margin rather, of 50 to give it more space. Next, I want to add some deals. I'm going to click on this flex box. And then I'm going to add this container inside it. I want to give this particular flex box. I'm going to add a heading. Anyway, I'll just leave it the way it is. But I'm going to give it a direction of horizontal so that I can duplicate this. And then inside here, I want to add an image on this background. And then I want to add, just upload 2 images. I'm going to upload this. And I'm going to upload this one. Or I think I could use this. It will be the same thing. I'll just upload all 3. I'm going to insert this now inside here. And we see it immediately takes shape into the background. I'll leave the resolution full. Position should be center. Attachment, I'll leave it default. Repeat, no repeat. And display size should be cover. I also want to make this to be full width. And then I want to give this a padding top, the same as we did here. It's going to be 95, 85, 90, 50. So I come here, it's going to be that should be padding 95, 85, 90, 50. So this is how it's going to be. And I think I'm instead going to put 50 here and 90 here, because I want to put some text to this corner. And I'm going to add the heading widget here, and I'm going to make sure it aligns to the left. So what else? I'm going to say designer, I'll just copy the style here, copy, paste it here, paste the style, and then I'm going to copy this and paste here, and I'll align this to the left, and these two should be to the left. And I'll copy this and paste. And I'm also going to align this button to the left. And I want to duplicate this. Then I'm just going to delete this. And behind here, I'm going to change the picture, and I'm going to use this. Let's see, I'll use this. And then here, instead, I'm going to align the text to the right, not to the right. And this text too should be to the right. And even this one should be to the right. I also want to use this color for the buttons there. I'll copy this. I'm going to paste, come to style, the background, the color, I'm going to paste it here. I'm also going to paste this here. Style, background, color here. And I want to give this a background overlay. Of black, but I want to reduce the opacity to maybe 0.29. Let's say 0.25. So it's going to say designer watches, and I'll do the same here. And I'm going to change the background overlay, and I'm going to see let's say 0.35. So this is, and for this I'm going to see timepieces. Luxury timepieces. Luxury timepieces. So I'm going to use that there. And now, if I want to preview this page on the front end, this is what I should see. So I think I like the look and the feel of this. I like the look and the feel of this. I want to increase the spacing between these two elements. So I want to come up here, and I want to give this a padding, or let's say a margin of 40. And if I reload this page, I think this is in order. And here, I think I need some space at these corners. So what I'm going to come and do here is that I'm going to come here, and then the left and the right margins, left will be 40, right 40. So if I should reload the page, I'll reload the page. I don't know why, but I'm not getting what I want from here. This entire, I'm supposed to get a margin. If I remove this and remove this, so for this particular container, that's the importance. I should have added an inner container before adding this. So I think all round, if I give all round padding of 40, how does it look? Or I see we already gave left 150, right 150 for margin. Now I'm going to leave that the way it is. I want to work on the mobile responsiveness. So if I come here and I come to this section here. What I want to do is that I want to first of all reduce the size of this text, and I want it to be 30. And here, I also want it to be, I'll make this to be 40. And I want to reduce the padding here. Let's say I want to make this, all of these, I'll increase all of these to be, let's say 50. I'll increase this to be 50. Or I could even make it 45. And then these two, I'm going to make it 45. 45. I'll reduce this. This here is 30. I'm going to reduce this to also be 30. And then for this, what size did I use here? Okay, this is also going to be 40. So that is that. And if I come down here, I'll do the same thing. 30, 40. So I'm going to make this, all of this, to be 45. I'm also going to make this to be 45. This 30. This 40. All right. So even these buttons, you can reduce them to your liking, to your size and to your liking. So this is the home page. Now we want to go to editing the store page. That's the shop page. I'll look at this again and ensure that it looks as good as I want. Next up, if we go to our pages and we open the home page on a new tab, you see that we have a sidebar here, which is just gibberish, sidebar shop widget and all that. But we want to put some filters on this sidebar so that they can be used to filter products by different parameters. So the first thing we want to do is that we want to go to our plugins and want to add a new plugin called Classic Widgets. So I'm going to click on Add New Plugin, and I'm going to, I think this is it, Classic Editor. Actually, not Classic Editor, but Classic Widgets. I'm going to search for it here. Classic Widgets. Here it is. And this is it. I'm going to install that. And I'm going to activate. So if I now come here, I'll just reload this page. I want to customize this page. So from here, I'm going to click on WooCommerce. You see, you can change a lot from here. You can change store notices. And this is a demo store. Just for test purposes, you can enable this. And it's going to show a notice on top of there. Actually, it's beneath. You can also go to product catalog and you can put it on catalog mode, which is going to hide product variations. I'm just going to toggle that off. Shop display, show, you can decide to show categories. But I think, and you can show categories and products too, but we'll just show products. And then you can also choose products per row. You can choose for this to be 4. And you can choose for it to be 2. Which I don't think is optimal. We'll make it 3. Then products per page, we can make this to be 12. If we now come shop archive, I'll just first of all publish this. And I want to go back to layout. And I want to come to sidebar. And I want the sidebar on the shop to be I want this to be on the left. So it's going to move from here to this side. So that is that. And then I'll publish that. I'll now go back and I want to look for widgets. Where do I have those widgets? I think I need to go back one step again. I'll go to widgets and then WooCommerce sidebar. Then we can add widgets from here. I'll click on plus. I want to look for product filter. I'll just look for filter. And it says filter products by price. Yes. I'm going to add that there. So you can already see it in action. You can add another widget. You can look for category. And then you can display, let's see, categories. Display as post count. I think this is actually displaying block categories, but we don't want that. I'm going to just remove that. I'll go to side identity, and I want to toggle the menu. I want to go to menu. Now you see the logo is too big, so I want to make this smaller. I want to make it smaller. I can even make it, I'll see if I can make it 40. Yes, so that it is, that's it, it's 40. So this is how the menu should be. I'm going to publish that. And then I want to come back. I want to X out of here. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I'll come back here to customize. So if I should preview this website, the mobile layout, this is what it's going to show me. Let that reload a little bit. Now let's view this on mobile. I think we have everything is set. It's looking very, very good. And if I click on the menu, this is what it shows me. If I click on the menu, this is what I get. And then I can click on this. So what we want to do now is we want to look at the footer. So I want to come back here and I want to look for footer, side layout. I think this is this side layout. I'll come to layout and I'm looking for the footer. So by default, this is what I see, and I want to have 3 widgets on the footer, 3 footer widgets. So if I go to design, another way you can customize this footer is simply by using Elementor header and footer builder, which is it's a free plugin which is really, really good. If I come back here to my dashboard and I come to plugins and I go to add new, I'll look for Elementor header footer. So I think the first result is going to be it. Yes, this is it. This is Elementor header footer builder. I'll activate this. And if I come to, you're going to see it should be somewhere here. Header footer builder. Here it is. I'll come to settings. I'll click on add new. And then I'm going to select, I'm just going to skip this. And then I want this to be footer. And this should also be footer here. You can name this whatever, and display on entire website, and click on publish. And then I want to edit this with Elementor. So now here we can add a container with I'll add this. Then I want to add another container inside here. First of all, I want to give this a general direction horizontal. Then I want to duplicate this and then duplicate this. Here I want to add our logo plus some text. So I'm just going to drag this image widget and put it here. And I want to add this logo, but I want it to be custom. I want it to be 50 by 50. If I apply, that is way too small. I will say 100 by 100, 100 by 100. I'm going to apply that. Yes. Then I want this to be, all of this to be on a black background. All of this to be on a black background. So I'll come to style. I'll come to classic. I'll make it this. Yes, this is the color we are looking for. And then here, I want to add some text. And I'll align this to the left. Then I'm going to just add that lorem ipsum text there. Then here, I'm going to add a menu. I'm going to say nav. So this particular one is the one I'm going to be using. And I'm going to be using the main menu, and the layout is going to be center. I want this to be white. Text color should be white. And I want the size to be 15. Now I want the alignment. I want the alignment or the layout to be vertical. And then I can add a heading on top of here, which says learn more and then I want to make this white, and I want this to be 25. And if I come to layout and to style, I want the vertical padding to be, let's say 10. And then here, I want to add some social icons. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to edit this. I'm going to allow it to be the official color. Yes. That's going to be the official color. It should be circle. And it should be one column, of course. Then when I come to size, I want the size to be 20. And of course, you can link each of these to that particular social media icon. I'll remove YouTube from here. I'll put Instagram. And then I'm going to add TikTok. All icons, search for TikTok. TikTok. Then I want to give this entire container a padding of 100. So this is this. And actually, I want the left and the right padding to be 150 each. So I'm going to publish that. Now, if I look at this website on the front end, I want to see what it looks like. On the front end. So this is this. And one thing we didn't do is that we need to make this to be Elementor full width. This particular page, Elementor full width, you see is going to give it some breathing space here. We see it's a bit quashed. See if I reload. If I should reload, I still don't see it Elementor full width. I'll come here. Where's the footer? I'll edit this container and I'll make this to be full width. And then I want to reload this and see. Somehow, it doesn't show the full width here, but let me preview this website. And this is the header. Let's go to the footer. Okay, the footer shows the full width there. It shows me the full width. What I need to do is that for this footer, I'll edit container. And I want the content width to not be this. Now I'm going to leave it at that, but I'm going to give it right padding should be 200. So I've increased the left and the right padding to 200. So I want for there to be enough breathing space under here. So that is that. Now let's create the contact page. I'm going to close these other pages. And here's a contact page. We already opened this. I'm going to click on Edit with Elementor. I'll cancel this. I'll save this first. And I want to edit with Elementor. So the first thing I want to do is that I want to make this to be Elementor full width. Elementor full width. So this is going to be the contact page. I'm going to return to this, but first I need to go back to the back end of my website and I need to create the form. Since I just decided along this tutorial to do everything using free tools, so I'm going to come to Met Form, click on Forms, and it's going to prompt you to do this onboarding. Just click Next and Next and Next till you reach the end. Next, Next. Save changes. Now I'm going to come to back to forms. I want to create a new form. You can just remove this. I'll click on add new. I'll say contact. You can just leave it. No need to add a name. I'm going to click on this and click on edit form. And it's going to bring the form here. This is totally Elementor based and it's a free form builder for those who do not have Elementor Pro. So it brings this here. Now you can customize this all you want. I'm going to remove this name here. And you can customize this all you want. You can customize this as much as you want. Go ahead, customize this as much as you want. You can change the font style to the font style of your website. So here you can make this to be just. So you see it has changed to just. I'm going to do the same here. just. Same here, just. Now you can go ahead and make this as custom as you desire. Same here. You can copy and paste the style, but sometimes when you do that, it's going to obstruct the design. So sometimes I prefer to just do it manually, especially when you're expecting a certain outcome. So that too is going to be just. You can change the background color of this button to be something along the lines of what we had. You can leave that there, and then you can just publish, and then click on update and close. Now you see this here. I'm going to copy this short form, short code rather. Now I'll come here. I want to give this a widget. I want to give a widget up here, and I want to add a container inside. But first, I'll just duplicate this. I don't know why this particular theme, when you add a widget on top, you don't see it well. I'll click, and then I want to add background image. I'll go to classic. I need to upload an image. I want to select an image. Which one can I use? I can use this one. It's uploading. Now the picture is loaded. I'll just insert that, and I'm going to leave it image resolution full, position, center, repeat, no repeat, display should be cover, and I'm going to give this a background overlay of black. I can also increase the opacity to 0.6. I'll add a text here, and I'll say contact us. I'm going to come to style. I'll center this. I'll make this white. Then for this entire section, I want to give it a top padding of 80, bottom padding of 100. I think it's still too small. Let me make this 150, and this should also be 150. I'll also increase the text there, the size of that text. Now I want to give a column here with two sections. Not a column, but a section with two columns rather. And inside here I want to add a short code, and I'm going to paste that short code here, contact form short code. So here we have it. Now this title, I deleted it, but I still see it here. I will just edit this, edit with Elementor, and then I'm going to remove that title. On this side, I want to add a Google Map widget. I'm going to search for map. Somehow this thing is glitching. Let me come here. So here I'll just delete this heading, and then I'll save this. I'll come back to my contact page. I'll come here and I want to look for map, and this is Google Maps. I want to use this. So here you can put in your Google Map location, and you can increase the height. If I publish this, I want to reload this page. You are going to see that we are no longer going to have this header because I deleted it here and then I saved. I'll close that. So if I reload this page, You can now see we no longer have that heading here. Now inside here, I want to give this a top padding. So I'll unlock that. I want to give it the top padding of, let's say, 50, so that it will be along the same lines with this contact form. And then I want to reduce the height of this. I'll keep reducing it until it kind of aligns. I'll make this 500. I'll publish that. And if I preview this, I see they are almost aligned, but I want to reduce this a little bit more. I'll publish this. And if I preview it again, I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. And if I look at this on mobile, I think it's good. On mobile, I can just reduce the size of this text to 40. And all of these, I'll reduce the top margin to, let's say, 100. And down here, 100. I think those two they are still too big. I'll do 75 and 75. So that's going to be it on mobile. Here on mobile, if I come here, I can remove the padding. Same for this, remove padding, so it flushes well. That will be for mobile. And for mobile, I can reduce the height here, since they are no longer on the same line. I'll make this 250, not 150, 250. So that is going to be that for the contact form. And then I'll just delete what we have up here. I'll just delete this. I'll delete this. And if I look at this, this is what we have. This is our contact page. So if I go to my website now, I see that contact comes before home. I can go to the back end of my website and I can adjust that. I'll go to appearance, menus, and I want to adjust this, and I will save. If I now come to my home page, I see that if I click on my logo, the home page is not set as home. So how do we do that? Come back to your back end, go to settings, go to reading, and your home page displays a static page. Home page should be home, and then I'll select that. If I now reload this page, you see our home page is our home. So this is our e-com website. And if I come to contact, I think contact should come after shop. So I'll still come back to appearances, menus. Contact should be the last page. I will save that. So you see it's already fixed. Home, shop. You click on shop. You can come. I have no idea why this is still as it is. It's supposed to be flushed out like it is on the contact page. I'll just leave that in order not to make this tutorial too long. So if you look at the home page, this is the home page. I think I can make this here bigger on the home page. So I'll just edit this with Elementor. This text should be bigger and it should be bolder. So I'm going to increase the size of this particular text here, and the reason is that these ones under here are bigger and bolder. So I think it just makes sense that we have this to also be bigger and bolder. Our Elementor page builder is loading. When it finishes loading, okay, it's loaded. I'm going to select that there. I'm going to make this 80. And if I make this 800, that's too bold. I'll make it 600. So I want to reduce this text, made for getting wrapped, or just say made for getting in the moment. And I'll increase the size of the text. And if I publish this and preview it, so I think I like it the way it is. I like the way it is at this moment. It looks bigger and bolder. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Let's just preview what we did again. If you come to wishlist, you see your wishlist items. This is what we added to wishlist. You come to your account, you can see your dashboard, your orders. If you download anything, you see it here. If you come to your cart, you don't have anything in your cart right now. I will go back to home. So if you got any value out of this video, please like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that when I put out any video like this, you'll be the first to be notified. God bless you. Peace.